Let's jump on the train and get to Yokohama. The first thing I saw when I arrived was this Nissan showcase. So let's have a look at the cars. And you might recognize this car. It's a Nissan Fairlady C. It got really famous from Tokyo Drift. Now let's explore and check out the city. I'm just gonna check out some views before I go do activities that I found from Reddit. I'm not used to seeing big cities like this, so I'm taking in all of it. I was lucky to see two trains cross at the same time. I saw there was a card shop nearby, so I'm gonna go check it out now. Here it is. But it turns out they were closed. So now let's head on. Oh, and a book off. Let's have a quick look. They didn't have anything that I'm looking for, but let's head on. I found this guide on Reddit that I'll be using to see the city. The guide has a pretty detailed route, and the first thing we'll be heading to is the tower you see in the background. There'll be a lot of clips like this with me just enjoying the view of the city. I ended up in the wrong building, but hey, they have a Christmas tree here. As you might be able to tell, it was quite a windy day, and that will affect the audio a bit. I thought you had to enter the mall to get up into the tower. But I was wrong, so now I'm gonna have to look around to see how I can get up there. And I think all the malls in Yokohama have a collaboration with Disney, because all the malls here seem to have Disney inspired things. I went in from this entrance trying to find the elevator to the observation deck, but all I ended up finding was the office elevators that are meant for the employees, so I'll have to try again to find it. On the other side of the building they have Yokohama Museum of Art. The museum has this cool plaza, and on the other side of it they have a big station with a big mall. And here they seem to have a Disney theme as well. And let's get outside again, because over here they have a famous art sculpture. Here it is. There's also a Harry Potter store here. When you continue to walk, you're gonna come across the harbor area with these two beautiful buildings in front. And in the background, you'll be able to see the cable cars going over the harbor. That's the famous Yokohama Ferris wheel. I still haven't realized how to get to the observation deck. This is Cosmo World, the famous theme park which has the Ferris wheel. I then enjoyed the view of the harbor. This is the Nippon Maru. It was built in 1930 and is a symbol of Japan's maritime history. Even though it was a windy day, there was still plenty of sunshine and a clear sky, so I had to sit down and enjoy the park. The entrance to the observatory deck was outside and really close to the ship, so let's go up there. We made it to the top and we're just gonna have a look around, so there's probably gonna be a lot of clips of me enjoying the view. If you noticed all the Star Wars music in the background, it's because they have a Disney collab here as well, so there's a lot of Star Wars theme going on here. The building has 4 sides with 4 different views of the city, so we're gonna go around and see all of them. There's multiple showcases of Star Wars memorabilia. The lighting inside of the building was not the best, but I guess it's the outside view that matters. Another showcase full of Star Wars merchandise and memorabilia. There was not that many people here on a weekday, so I basically had most of it to myself. And there was also some Marvel sculptures up here. I think they're owned by Disney as well, but I'm not 100% sure. And on our way down, we get on this spiral escalator. That means we've completed the first step of the Reddit guide, which was visiting the Yokohama landmark tower. Now let's get outside again and do the next step, which will be heading towards the red brick warehouse. It's a beautiful walk to get there. We'll have to walk through this building. There it is. There were tons of people here, but it's probably because of the Christmas market. Inside of the building was just a mall, but most of the area was closed off due to the Christmas market. So I went to see the beautiful harbor view. Now we finished seeing the red brick warehouse, but right beside it was the North Korean spy ship museum, which is the next step of the guide. First I was guided around by an elderly gentleman. He was very kind and very informative and told me everything about the place. The museum is free, but definitely a huge recommendation. Do not miss this. The big ship you've seen in the middle is the North Korean spy ship, and this here is the weapons that was found aboard. This small ship here was hidden in the back of the big ship, and it was used to do missions such as kidnappings and etc. This is where the ship was hidden, and they could open the back end of the ship to send out the small boat. This was found aboard as well. This damage is from the fight with the Japanese Coast Guard. The North Koreans didn't want to be captured, so they ended things themselves. They said goodbye with an explosion and the ship sank to the bottom. This is what has been recovered. Now we finished the North Korean Spy Museum, so let's get on to the next step. The next place we'll be going to this park here, where from we'll be able to see a famous ship. This here is a famous skateboarding spot. This here is not the exact park that was mentioned, but it's the one right beside it, and we'll be able to get a good view of the famous ship too, and see the ferry terminal. From here you can see the Yokohama skyline, and from the other side of the park you'll be able to see the Hikawa Maru, which is a passenger line built in 1930 as well. And here's the Hikawa Maru. Now let's walk to the end of the pier. Apparently a lot of people get married here. And we made it to the end of the pier. Let's check out this view that these photographers are trying to capture. We finished looking at the park and the Hikawa Maru, so now we can check that off and head to the next spot. Now let's head to Chinatown. This next route here is on something that looks like an old railway bridge. What a beautiful building. We have to walk through the city to get to the place. This is the National Broadcasting Station building. There's gonna be less frames per second here, so I can match the light. So yeah, that's why it might be a bit laggy here, else you'll have flickering lights throughout all the video, since Japan is on a different frequency. We made it to Chinatown! Let's walk around the neighborhood and explore it a bit. That is such a long queue, this place must be popular. These side alleys here are so beautiful. Now we completed that step by looking through Chinatown. Next we'll be going to the Harborview Park, which should be close by. And we made it to the bottom of Harborview Park. Now we have a lot of climbing to do. The sun is going down soon, so some of the footage might be a bit blurry. We are going to climb a lot of stairs, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. The path can be a bit confusing. This kinda looks like an old ruin, but it's probably an art piece. We are close to the top, and it looks like it's gonna be rewarding. Almost made it to the observation deck. And this is the beautiful view that we are rewarded with. I'm not the only person who came here for the beautiful view. The Yokohama Harborview Park is what inspired the scenes from Up on the Poppy Hill, made by Studio Ghibli. In the movie, this is the flag she raises. Now let's explore the park a bit more. A brick couch. Now let's walk to the bottom of the park and find a station so we can see the city at night. That means we completed the final step of the Reddit guide, and I actually think it was very good and useful with a lot of information. It definitely led me to do a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done on my own. Let's jump on a train. And we have arrived at the next station. I'm just gonna have a quick look around at some stores here. It's always nice to have a look around Snoopy Town. A Hello Kitty Christmas tree. Now that's crazy. Here we got it, the Yokohama Ferris wheel lighting up at night. Now it's time to jump on a train and get home. Thank you so much for watching. It would mean a lot to me if you would like to subscribe or like the video. Thank you.